Hello and welcome to Controversies of the Day with Logan and Jay. Now, buddy, my partner in crime, to Miss K, our producer, and you, the audience, would you indulge me just for a couple minutes? I'll be quick. I want to do a little dedication to a very special person. Someone in my wife's family just passed away. Her name is Marjorie. And I bring her up because, well, you know, like Logue, you listen to these talk radio people. There's a Mark Levin, and there's Bill Cunningham. They're like, oh, the great American, oh, the great one, blah, blah, blah. You know, these people are self-congratulatory, and maybe we do a little of that once in a while. I don't know. But it's like, there's a lot of great Americans out there. A lot of people aren't famous, you know, or they don't always get their due. And anyway, my wife's Aunt Marge just passed away, and she really was one of these really good people, I think, and I'm so blessed to have crossed paths with her. And I want to dedicate today's show to her. And I want to tell everybody out there in our audience a few little Aunt Marge stories. You might find them amusing. That's what I want to share with everybody. So she passed away last week, I think it was, and she was going to be 90 here at the end of July. Unfortunately, she didn't make that, but. What a woman, a tough, strong woman. You know, look, I always it annoys me. There's this whole, you know, in the left, oh, you know, feminism and strong woman. It's like they have to define it. It has to be their version of what a strong woman is. You know, this was a really strong woman. I would say more from the right perspective that I have. I don't really know what all her politics were, to be honest with you. She grew up a farmer. She grew up. She was born during the Depression, so she was like a middle kid of 11 kids. And then she marries a guy who also comes from a big farm family, of like 11 kids also. So these were real, you know, tough farm kind of people, you know what I mean? And they grew up, you know, and they had to do a lot of chores and a lot of hard work. And anyway, so I'm just going to give you a little flavor of Aunt Marge and a little dedication of this show to Marjorie. So my daughter, Katie, she starts dating this fella a few years back. And they go on a date or two. And in one of the early dates, it's going to be like their second or third date. All of a sudden, this fellow wants to take my daughter on a date shooting to target range. You know, I think I may have told you this one before. You know, I'm like, whoa. And I felt kind of bad as a dad. You know, I never took her shooting, you know. Anyway, so my daughter's visiting her great Aunt Marge. And I said, well, Katie, you're going to go shooting? Okay. Well, you never held a gun? Oh, here. She pulls out a gun. She's Aunt Marge has been packing all these years. Oh my God, she's got a little handgun. Has my daughter hold it, shows her how to hold it, you know, and do the whole thing. And I was just like, oh my God, I just, you know, I love this cute little old lady she's packing, you know. So I don't know how much she's packing, if she's packing all the time, you know, she goes wherever she goes in town. Anyway, but I love it. And my daughter, by the way, did pretty good. She came back with her, you know, her poster thing there, you know, the head and shoulders there with all the targets on there. And she did pretty good. And fast forward a few years, my daughter and the beau they're engaged to be married. So anyway, so Aunt Marge played a little role in that. On a very serious note here. So Marge marries a guy named Eric. Rough and tumble guy. You and I joke around with the alpha and the beta thing. Definitely not a beta. Okay, this was again tough dude himself. He had a little rep. Got a lot of barroom brawls and stuff in his day, Uncle Eric. But let's just say, and I hope I'm not stepping on toes of the family. But there's a meaning here to this story. Uncle Eric you got a little problem after a while. And the way I hear the story, I don't know what age they were, but maybe they're in their 40s, I don't know, 50s, probably 40s. She laid the law down. She laid the law down. And she said, you know, you quit drinking or I'm out of here. And he quit. And I'm sure, unfortunately, sad to say, thousands, perhaps even worldwide, millions of people, you know, men and women, it could be, you know, whatever the relationship dynamic is. You know, you have someone you love and they may have a problem with alcohol or drugs. And, but she laid the law down and Uncle Eric, again, not a beta pushover guy, but he did it, you know. And then the years later when I was visiting there, you know, he'd have a near beer once in a while, those non-alcoholic beers, you know, I'd see him with that. And anyway, that's, you know, get a little more of the heavy side. most of the Aunt Marge stuff I know is all light and fun. Let me give you also a little fun Aunt Marge crazy story. So just a couple more and we'll wrap this up. So she has a nephew. I don't know what decade this is. Could go back to the 70s or 80s. A nephew gets in a bad car accident. And so she goes, her and Uncle Eric go to see the nephew in the hospital. This nephew's going to be laid up for a while, right? What do you, you want to take a guess? What do you think Aunt Marge brings to the nephew in the hospital? He's going to be there a while. What do you think? What do you think she brings? Crossword puzzles?
Dirty magazine?
Damn, he's good. Isn't he good? She brings a freaking Playboy. I've never had any of my aunts ever give me a Playboy. I mean, of course, I'm glad I never got I got in a couple car accidents, but nothing serious. Yes, bam. She brings a Playboy. So that gives you the flavor of who Aunt Marge was. And she was, like I said, her birthday was supposed to be, sad to say, at the end of July. She was a Leo, and she really was. If you know anything about astrology, Leos can be a little bold, even if they got nothing to be bold about. But she did. She was kind of loud, and she was great. And just one other quick story. So she was kind of political too. She'd go to like board meetings and different things, like local politics. Okay. And she'd get mad. These politicians would be like, hey, you better straighten up. I used to babysit you. I used to change your diapers. And she just, it's a big room full of people at a board meeting. Anyway, that's Aunt Marge. She was a great American. And I thank you for indulging me. My condolences to the family, her surviving children, Fred, Kurt, and Brenda. And I believe she's in a better place now. But anyway, I'm richer for having known her, and I want to say to everybody out there, I hope that there's an Aunt Marge in your life. Maybe she's a Betty, maybe she's a Judy, I don't know, a Karen or a Nancy. But I hope that you have someone like that in your life, or maybe someday you'll marry into a family like I did, and you'll find Aunt Marge. And anyway, thank you so much for indulging me. And now, as they say, on with the show. Logue, how are you? How you been, buddy? So man, I mean, by the time this airs, who knows? Maybe Joe Biden will step down. Maybe not. He's like a cat right now, just gotten his claws into the curtains. Don't you think?
I don't think it's him. I think it's Jill.
Is it? I was gonna say, is it? Who's clinging tighter?
She seems to be more wanting to stay than anything.
Yeah. Was she just on the cover of a Vogue magazine or something, or Vanity Fair? I don't know. Yeah. She was just like all this white pantsuit thing, and oh boy, power, man. Just it's the most addictive drug I hear. I don't know.
I truly don't get it why. And people who still think that Joe's like coherent, like, oh, he's going to be better than Trump. Okay. Well, whatever you fuckers say, like that's more insane than anything. I would think you would want, backpedal a little bit, have a little bit of humility, and say, yeah, maybe not so much anymore, and then go in for your Gavin or whoever, Big Mike, whoever you're gonna have step in for him.
You know whose name has been floated again?
Gretchen.
Well, we know about her, but Hillary. All of a sudden, there's some poll out there saying, well, Clinton Harris would be a better. Yeah, that would like. Well, who commissioned this poll? Wait, what's going on?
Okay. Why isn't it Harris Clinton? Like, why are they still trying to keep her a VP? I mean, that's even more absurd.
Come on, think of the insult there, people. Know your role. Keep your place. It's in your place.
Back of the bus.
You're back of the bus.
The hell? That's horrible.
It is.
And she's gotten more louder about the position. She's why? No, I'm not doing that. Type shit.
I'm here. I'm right here.
Right? that the party's falling apart. Horribly falling apart.
Yeah.
I think they should just cut ties with it and start fresh. Start fresh. You still got some time to do it legitimately. Otherwise, you're gonna wait till August, and then you're gonna pick new people. Then,
oh man,
hey, Democrats, they're stealing your vote just like they did with Bernie. They're gonna do it with this one now, but they don't. You can't reason with these guys. Can't reason with them. I mean.
Folks, I know some of you love us and some of you hate us. I know I've read some of the comments. They're fun. Keep them coming. Please keep the comments coming. And hit that like button and subscribe and watch us on YouTube and watch us on Rumble. No, I'm not wrapping anything up, but just give you a little reminder. but I love the comments. Oh yeah, we got some comments going on here. People, folks, I think a lot of people see the shorts, and so sometimes they may not get the whole flavor. So you got to go back to the whole show and get the context.
Yeah, it's
of what,
just meant to kind of. It's like a little taster.
Yeah,
I mean, everything's
yeah.
linked there, so just click it and you can see the whole show. But
yeah,
I mean, obviously people watch shorts because of the attention span problem, and a lot of angry people have got real short attention spans.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But regardless,
world.
y'all act like we're against you. We're not. We might be on one side of the same coin, but we're nonetheless the same. So. Guys, they're fucking you over there, and they're fucking us over here.
Yeah,
it's just,
I mean, we're all ultimately we're about liberty and freedom, and I don't, never thought I'm gonna get everybody to agree with me, live my life, and believe in my philosophy. I mean, America, our country, people can do all kinds of different things. I mean, you can have religious beliefs. You don't have to have any religious beliefs. You can be an atheist, do what you want. And again, everybody is here too. The whole world is here. You look at our major cities, they're cities of the United States of America, New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, Miami. But these towns, man, they are like, they're cities of the world. I mean, there's so many ethnic groups, there's so many nationalities, so many races from everywhere. We're again, we have our problems, and that's what we're trying to talk about and trying to work on. And we'd like to get some better leadership, at least coherent leadership. Jeez, But yeah, I mean, we're just so we're clear, people. We're all about freedom, liberty, and and hopefully having a good life.
I'm hoping France isn't going to be a little foreshadowing for us come election time.
Yeah.
So the left wins and they riot. They lose and they riot. Can't make these fuckers happy.
I'm kind of digging this chick. They're calling her on the right, but she's like, no, I'm not. I don't know. What's her name? Marine Le Pen? I'm kind of digging her. There's a chick in Italy, too, now, isn't there? And then there's Claudia in Mexico. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we get a chick here. I don't know. I mean, that's still my prediction, folks. We'll see what happens. We'll see if it all starts to unravel here in the near future. But, yeah, I mean, Joe and Jill, they're clinging. They're just digging those nails in, and and who's gonna replace him, and obviously, like you said, Kamala should go up to the front of the class. That's makes normal sense. You guys chose her, before, and so to dump her now would be oof.
Well, what about like the donors? Why are the donors so steadfast on this? Why don't you guys take a step back? And I know that was one thing she was pissed off about. She was, well, no, the money stays with me. I'm part of that ticket. So that's why I don't get that either. You would think the donors are smart with their money. They don't have that type of money, just being stupid with it. So either they know something we don't. Again, the undermining of what's going to happen after their convention or at the convention, or maybe they just are stupid, high hopes, or they're going to steal the election anyway, so it doesn't matter if Joe's coherent or not. Again, Wisconsin, awesome Wisconsin, just decided to put those voter ballot boxes back out there with no types of security or nothing. All kinds of things happening all across the states with you can just mark a box and say you're a citizen and don't have to prove it. So it's really setting it up with a lot of illegal type of voting, but we didn't learn last time around, and we're gonna preach the same shit. It's crazy too. I saw some, if I can find it, I'll put it up too. But it was all the things that you got to show ID for.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of that list, voting was not one of them. Like how insane? Come on.
Come on, people.
How is that?
Oh my God.
Anyone on the left who disagrees with voter ID, you're a fucking idiot. Like you're retarded. Retarded. And I use the word at its fullest. That's what you are. Retarded. You want everything else to have all kinds of ID verification.
Yeah.
The liquor, to buy a gun, to see a rated R movie.
Open a bank account.
All that crap. But
you
when
buy
it
a
comes
house?
to voting, no, that's fine. You don't think you're pushing an agenda right there? Like it blows my mind. Like how retarded.
Yeah. And we won't get into this too big today, but it's very funny. Someday we'll do this little examination. I mean, the two-party system's a joke, okay? But a lot of people still believe in it. It's funny because each party has their things that they're kind of kind of laissez-faire about, no, that's how we don't really have to worry about that. Then they got the other things like, no, you got to do it this way. It's got to be really strict. It's got to be these rules, these laws you got to follow, blah, blah, blah. So it's funny. Each party kind of, they kind of
picks and chooses.
Yeah, they kind of pick.
Cherry pick.
Yeah, cherry pick. Exactly. Yeah, so it's very funny, but yeah, come on, people, you should have to show your ID. I mean, I when I go vote, where I vote at, I have to. You know what I mean? They see my ID, they check my address. I'm on this voter roll thing.
Just to get on a fucking airplane, you got to show your ID.
And why not?
Like, what is the big problem? Like, what kind of racist nonsense you guys? Whoa, it's fucking racist. But black people can't get an ID. Dude, they're free. The immigrants can get it. They're coming in the country, fucking getting it. They're coming in with voter registration papers handed to them first, and then the little cards to call people to go to wherever city you want, and all this free shit. Like, it's this.
Right.
I don't want to say that. I think regardless of the immigrant problem that we have, this influx of people, I do not think that is going to be the cause of us losing, or us being the right side, the Trump side, losing the election. I think regardless, they are going to cheat. You're going to see all these dead people rise up out of the graves and vote for Biden. You're going to see, again, many immigrants do this stuff. You're going to see a lot of, I hope we don't have Dominion again running our elections. Because there's so much evidence out there.
Yeah, you sent me some disturbing stuff about
that they're able
recently.
Just to switch votes like that. It happened live on CNN, guys. Go look at that. I think it was Pennsylvania. They're showing Pennsylvania on CNN, and Biden or Trump had like 1.975 whatever million votes, and Biden was below him so many votes. And then within like an hour, it switched. Like Trump lost votes, like 12,000 votes. Biden gained 12,000 votes. That's like what. Come on, how? Like 24,000 votes just got flip-flopped like that. And we saw it live on TV, but no one wants to refer back to that. So they're going to cheat. That's the only way they're going to win. Either they cheat that heavily, that badly, or Trump's going to be Epstein. I mean, there's no other way around it. They hate him so much that I think they're willing to do one of the two, and hopefully it's not that second option. But
well, let's hope nothing like that happens. Again, folks, I don't know what happened in 2020. I don't know. It seems very hard to believe that Joe Biden got more votes than anybody, than Obama.
Like, that's it.
Obama, again, all these people say, well, we're a racist country. People love, again, if politics aside, if I just said it on the show several times, if I were to like Barack Obama's politics, or his politics would have been like mine, he'd probably be my favorite president. He seems like the most personable guy you could go, hang out with.
He got my vote the first time around.
Yeah, see?
What was it, change, or what was his slogan?
Hope and change.
Yeah, hope and change. It sounds so great. Yeah. So great. And nope, fucking tricked you on that one.
Hell, yeah, he says hope and change, and then he reappoints Ben Bernanke to the Fed. Wait, what? This is Bush's guy, W's guy, who drove the economy into the ditch, and now you're going to give that guy the keys to the car again? What? Wait, what? So he did that, and then he kept Robert McFarland, Bush's, I think, Secretary of Defense, for a while too. And there is some hangover they do once in a while, but it is funny when they call for change or this or that. And then, I think it's just kind of.
It's the same, or with different face, the same coin. It's
yeah.
The illusion of choice. Goddamn names just escaping me. But George Carlin said it best, where he talks about the illusion of choice. Oh, you only got left or right, but you got like 26 fucking bagel, flavors to pick from.
Or the ice cream flavors.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, so I guess people just don't learn. They're again short attention span. The news cycle's so damn quick. You don't remember what happened 4 years ago apparently, and you're gonna sit here and keep on spewing this hate like we've seen on just in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's my opinion. If you don't like it, fuck off. It's that simple.
But I think a lot of you you're digging us. Oh, you can't admit it, some of you, but we're starting to some of you love to hate us, but some of you just can't get enough of us. I know it, baby. But I just want to broaden things for a second, and I hate the low voter turnout problem in this country. This has always bothered me. And I just really, really want to say, just across the board to everybody, understand people died. People marched and demonstrated, and to get the right to vote. Okay, some people didn't have that right to vote. Women didn't have the right to vote. And then you may have a woman now, oh, well, they're all crooks, or I got to go to the mall. And, well, no, lady, you got to go vote. You got to care, people. It's important that you care. It's important that you vote. Don't just be on the sidelines watching it go by. And don't be like, oh, what's my little vote count for?
Well, see, the big thing is, too, is like the gaslighting that, like, the dinosaur media is going to push out, oh, Trump's numbers are getting better. It's like you're going to see it that they're going to admit that his numbers are getting better, and I think they're only going to push that type of narrative, regardless if it's true or not, is to, oh, well, so every day, well, he's going to win anyways. Look at that margin of error still, it's still big enough, my vote's not going to matter. I'm not going to go vote. I think that's kind of the push that they want to do too, is to make it believe that Trump's going to win regardless, so you don't have to vote. I don't have to vote. He's going to win. I'm afraid that's going to be a big push.
Complacency.
Too. Yeah.
This is our problem too, America. You shouldn't be complacent. And I think a lot of people. I think Jon Stewart did a big rant recently. After the debate, he was like, "No, everybody's looking at this like this can't be our country." And I just want to say to especially the young people out there. If you think not voting is some kind of rebellion, no. You're so wrong. You're so wrong. They don't care. These people, politicians, they have no shame. They have none whatsoever. They just want to win. They just want power. They're addicted to power. If you want to send a message, and I just want to say this to people who can't vote for Biden or Trump. I get it if you're one of those people, but don't just stay home. Vote for RFK Jr. Vote for, what's his name, Chase Oliver, the Libertarian candidate. Cornel West, I think he's the Green Party candidate. Get out there and vote for one of those candidates. I just want to show my independence here a little bit. I think if people watch this show, they know how I lean or they know how you lean. But again, voting for one of those other people, if you're mad, that's a protest vote.
Show that turnout. Let's see that
show that turnout.
The overall numbers. I mean, what was it last time around? Like 130 million or 170 million people voted? We have 300. I mean, obviously that's counting children.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
I know that number is not the full amount of number that it could have been.
Right. Let's get record turnout, just like Logan said. Record turnout, people. We can do it. Logan, I just think it's so funny. I think we all just think sometimes, oh, we don't really count. We don't really matter. But imagine you are like a penny. You're just a penny, and a penny's hardly worth anything anymore. But you got that empty jug or piggy bank or bottle, and you drop that penny in. You drop another penny in. And eventually you keep dropping pennies in, you're going to fill that thing up. We all have way more power, I think, than we realize. And it's so important, I think, that people get out and vote. It's important how you spend your money. I mean, that's another way you vote in life. I'm all for people supporting small, medium businesses out there, for example. Mom and pop things versus the big franchise, the big chain, the big box store, whatever. But support the little guy. I'm all for that, folks. Again, mom and pop businesses, farmers markets. I mean, that's what it's all about. And a lot of people just, like, oh, well, but you get enough people and you can help somebody out. You can lift something up. You can do that. Please get out and vote. And by the way, our producer just brought something to my attention. I wanted to bring it up because I used to hear that they wouldn't let felons if you have a felony charge, they wouldn't let you vote. Mm-hmm. And of course, when you think about all the corruption in politics and all the crime going on by these politicians, kind of an ironic, very hypocritical situation. But anyway, the good news is check your state out, because I think some states have changed that. I know Rand Paul's been for that change, and they really should do that. If you are a felon and you've served your time and you've done your probation, you should be able to vote. And again, because a lot of people you're choosing from they should be felons, some of them, and some could be. So, but yeah, people, get out and vote, please. Get out and vote. And again, I may have my opinions. I'll tell you people I don't like, people I do like, what I like or don't. But again, there are these other third-party candidates, and don't forget the congressional races, right?
Well, it should be, get involved in everything, even the small stuff in your own communities, like school boards or local, whatever.
Township, yeah.
That's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, be a part. If you don't like it, it's smart. It starts at the bottom and you work your way up.
Grassroots.
So I think people should be more involved with what happens around their own, personal communities, and start from there. Make that change. You want that change, regardless of which way you want to go. Yeah, you got to
start with you. Yeah.
Can't wait on the other ones, because if you wait, you're going to get in the same problem we have now. These assholes who've been sitting on these seats for decades and just filling their own pockets and not really giving a shit about us. Yeah, and that's what it comes down to.
There's a great song called "Change Myself." If you ever heard of it, I didn't write it, I didn't produce it. Todd Rundgren, he's a musical genius, kind of a nutball. But yeah, it's a great song, and you're making me think about that song right now. And yeah, we all got our Michael Jackson as "Man in the Mirror" song. I mean, at some point we all gotta take responsibility and do what we can. And we may fail, we may fall on our face, whatever, but we got to do our part. So please get off the sidelines and get in the game, get registered, and please vote this year. Let's do it, America. Record turnout, okay? Boom. And like I said, I mentioned a bunch of third-party people at the presidential level. If you can't vote for Trump or Biden or whoever they throw up, RFK Jr. Have you seen any of this new RFK Jr. stuff? Maybe I got to send you some of that stuff. He's got some really cool videos out there, some commercials. He's got some one where this neighbor has him come over and he goes and he rescues a snake. Snakes.
I can't take that guy seriously because I can't. I don't like his voice.
Oh, yeah.
It's very off-putting. I think that's his big. I
think
that is his biggest problem.
Absolutely.
Is that he sounds like he's choking all the time. He'd be better off with one of these things.
Oh God. Yeah, that is.
He's like Pat they just talked about his little goat thing. Yeah, they're gonna destroy that man. Yeah. I think he's right. I think they're again, they don't want a third party. They don't want him for sure.
Right.
So I think they're just gonna come and they're gonna shit on that guy.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're gonna do.
So people have heard me and they think I'm a big Trump supporter, and I've told you I voted for the guy twice. I told you both times they were I thought Hillary was gonna win. I was like, what the heck? Okay, all right, and he won. It was crazy. Of course, then he lost in 20. And controversial race. Hopefully, we don't have that. You're worried about that. I mean, you're not alone. Obviously, a lot of people worrying about that kind of corruption, and you see things like drop boxes and mail-in ballots and anything that can be easily tampered with. I think both sides should be worried about that.
Sure. I'll vote for Trump. Sure, a supporter. I'm not a fan of the guy. He's ain't no one perfect. We don't know what kind of things he got hidden in his closet. Skeletons hanging, but I think he's better than what the Democrats are pushing. He has some sorts of conservative views that I agree with, I align with. I'm a conservative. I wouldn't even say I'm a Republican. I think that's a tarnished type name too. That's just, again, it's been so overused. It doesn't mean anything. I'm a conservative. Do what the fuck you want as long as it doesn't affect me and mine. I really don't care. I want smaller government, and I want them I don't want them in my life. Keep them out. They have their place, and I think they should stay in their place. And then they grew into a big apparatus. I think we can agree on that. They're way too big. They got their tentacles everywhere. We got this bureaucracy nonsense going on. Right. I'm hoping more people read into the Chevron deference. That's supposed to be a big, get rid of a lot of bureaucracy and rules and laws that are created by scientists or professionals, get to make these sideline these laws, and they circumnavigate, Congress and everything, and we got all these types of rules that we have to abide by. That I'm hoping they people look into that. Maybe that's a big thing that's happened. I don't see a lot on the mainstream media, and that's really going to knock down some bogus government overreach. But I just want to be left alone.
That's my position too, folks. You label us or define us. I'm philosophically a libertarian. That's where I see myself. But if there was a good moderate out there that had some common sense, and I thought they were had the better character, had the better integrity, I could vote for them too. And again, this guy and myself, I think if we went over our voting records, as citizens, it's mixed. It's mixed. So it is what it is. But if somebody's a good candidate, like I said, there's a lot of things about Tulsi Gabbard I like. She was a Bernie supporter back in 2016. But I think she's got character. I would trust her in that role, in a role. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. And again, Dems, you think I want to hate you? Look, I told you, we said it on some past shows, we said it right here. If there's an open convention for any reason in Chicago in August, you guys got to call RFK Jr. home to his party. Okay, it's to be an independent. RFK Jr. needs to be back to the Democrat Party. You need to bring Tulsi Gabbard back if Trump doesn't grab her first. So that's my position. I know it's not going to happen, folks, but it's fun to throw stuff out here on the internet, right?
Fucked, and they don't even realize it yet. When the convention comes and goes, either they're going to pick someone there and then, which I doubt it. They'll wait till after the convention. Biden's going to fall, and he's not going to be able to do anything. And whatever they do with Kamala, I mean, that's still kind of a.
That's going to be interesting. That's going to be.
I mean, unless there's a seat coming up for the Supreme Court, they can throw her on and shut her up, keep her quiet, and have their little puppet over there, and then just roll in whoever we can speculate to fill in those shoes. But you guys are going to get. Mark my words, you guys are going to get fucked. It's not going to be Biden. He's not going to be the one running for your guys' ticket. It's going to be somebody else, and you're going to sit there and they're going to tell you this is the best idea, and you guys are going to run with it. But little do you know, they stole your vote. They stole your vote. They lied to you the whole damn time.
And these are the people that love to say democracy, democracy. Oh my God. That's when they do that. I can't tell you how that drives me nuts.
I think people
dude.
understand that democracy is like it's what do you call it? It's majority rules. Fuckers.
Yeah, that's what it is. 51%.
Yeah.
And that's why our founders, for some of the things in the Senate, they want to. I think they want what they call a supermajority. What they want to have 2/3 to get certain things passed. And again, that's why they made the Senate that way, so the things are slow to move and change there. They want anyway.
Constitutional republic.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be, and democracy hijacked it. So just again, y'all want to sit there and spew out hate and shit towards us. Do some history lessons on yourself,
Yeah, I mean, look,
it's not that hard.
I'm not
you
saying...
want to call us stupid, but yet we know what the hell is going on, and y'all lost to this.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Bernie Sanders, who is Jewish, was denied the nomination in 2016 because of superdelegates. There was a lot of controversy behind the scene with Debbie Wasserman Schultz, I think, and some other people, and that's part of the reason why Tulsi Gabbard got mad. But she tried to run, and Bernie also ran in 2020. Bernie started to do good in New Hampshire and Iowa. Then all of a sudden they're like, everybody's like, oh no, we got the firewall, we got to have Joe Biden, we got to have Joe Biden, we got to stop Bernie. And so everybody got behind Joe, and I mean, it was all legal, but it was all, anti-guy happens to be Jewish, so are you anti-Jew? I mean, what did you just do there? And is it really democracy if everybody, the whole ship, like, oh no, we all got to do this? I mean,
it was Obama. Come on, I think we can all admit Obama is still running the show. I mean, come on.
A lot of people say that.
He's even like walking this man off and on stage. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Talk about a handler. Physically handling this guy around.
Yeah, was that AI? Was that fake people with Jimmy Kimmel and all that crap?
You fucking idiots.
Oh, what a world. What a world, dude. Okay, all right. Well, we'll leave that alone for now. Do you any thoughts or comments about, we referenced PBD. I think he's one of the best things going on the internet. Obviously, we're trying to compete with him. but did you see Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, was actually on the show, but he wasn't on camera. I've seen him before.
That was weird. I don't get that. I mean, like we talked before, it wasn't a bombshell interview. I didn't take anything away from it.
Yeah, I don't know if a whole lot new came out.
Yeah,
really.
Other than it's just it was. I don't even know if it was good or not. I mean, it was there. I watched the majority of it, probably like the last 15 minutes. I stopped. Again, there wasn't any new information. It was just a lot of speculation between what Mark thought about whatever subject matter they were talking about. I think we can all agree that Epstein was killed. It wasn't a suicide. All the evidence doesn't point. Nothing points to suicide except for the one or two coroners or whatnot that wanted to say this. But
to me, this is we've said this on past shows, and this is everything. The Epstein Maxwell story, and what's going to happen with her is any more damning evidence going to come out about Jeffrey Epstein and the people that he associated with, who were actually clients. We don't know. a lot of high-powered people, both political parties, celebrities, so on and so forth, royalty. I mean, it's really amazing.
Well, you see, like the left likes to talk about, oh, it was Trump. Trump made the call. He was president when he got arrested. You know, he's the one because he didn't want to be anything happened. If it was Bill Clinton, he'd still be alive and running around. Pat brought up a good thing too with the whole Bill Barr thing. Well, you know, if he wanted to, we leak shit all the time in our government. Other politicians leak shit just for the sake of, you know, tarnishing the name of somebody else or pushing their agenda or what have you. So, if Trump had anything to do with that, I think now more than ever that we would know about this. I don't think you'd be able to hide that. I think there's too many people that could be in the know of that information, and there's, you know, you could threaten. I mean, all kinds of people get threatened all the time. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't think Trump's completely clean. I think he might be closer to Epstein than he'd like to admit in the sense that maybe he was buying or, you know, taking in some of this blackmail for something. I mean, you got to really, he came here as a TV star and he comes out of nowhere and just at the highest levels become president. That's just, it's kind of insane. So you would think, in my mind, you'd think maybe he had some dirt on some pretty big dirt and some pretty big people, you know, to be able to kind of push his way up through there. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, no one really knows except for him. But
you talk about Trump now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it was interesting. I mean, he himself was around a lot of dignitaries, political figures, celebrities for years. I mean, he you know.
Epstein.
No, Trump.
Oh, Trump.
Trump. I'm saying, yeah, going back way back. I mean, he's always been a very celebrated and, you know, a celebrity person. I mean, it's funny. You know, some rich people are very quiet. They really don't want a lot of attention, you know. And then you got others who, look at me, you know. Then you got a few of those, but it is interesting. Yeah, I mean, the Epstein thing for me is still one of my biggest problems with Donald Trump. It really is, and I don't know. I just find it very funny, and I had these lefty friends back with this 2016 election. They're just like, Russia, and you know, we'll get Trump's tax returns. We'll get them, and we'll find something to do with Russia. We'll find it. It's going to be in there, and I'm looking at him going, okay, well,
nothing.
I was like, good luck with that. I said, you know, for me, if you took away Russia, and you put, it's just me, folks. You put Mossad, M16, CIA, you know, then we might have a different conversation here. You know, that's where it was a little weird for me, you know, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope that's complete just, you know, conspiracy, kooky, fantasy world stuff. I hope it's not true, but.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, well, no, I mean, that my fear is that they had something on Trump, the Epstein Maxwell people, representing perhaps one of the intelligence agencies. Maybe I should just shut up right now before I get killed. Anyway, just allegedly, crazy speculation. I don't know. I'm gonna put the tinfoil hat back on, but
either he was in on the take or he's getting set up. So I mean,
yeah,
or like I said before, or he's getting he was only part of that circle for the sake of information.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe. Yeah.
You know, maybe he was paying to get that information. Maybe he was just making himself relevant in that circle to be able to obtain that information.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think he's not a pedophile and he's not doing that crazy shit. I'd feel better if he was like, yeah, I want the information on some of these people, so maybe one day I want to be president and I'm going to get what I want. Maybe that's what he did.
Yeah.
I mean,
could be.
You can't, not everyone's perfect.
And then we got Joe Biden sniffing
kids.
Oh, man. You know.
Creepy.
I don't know. It's, what a world, dude. What a world. Speaking of what a world, changing gears just a second, still all politics, but relevant. A little, I don't know, almost got to a little pro wrestling. Did you see this thing with Charlie Kirk and this Hassan Piker? They were doing this debate. It was a pretty good debate, and then all of a sudden, what's his name? Kank from Young Turks, and he's up there, rah! And then Charlie Kirk gets up, rah! And also it's like, okay, WWE, here we go, UFC.
Yeah, I don't know, fucking clown show, clown world type shit.
Put him in a cage, Dana White, get him in
Charlie.
there.
He's like Ben Shapiro. He's good with his facts. You know, he's definitely quick, you know, on his feet when it comes to stuff like that. But I think pride got a little bit of him that night, and hey, he was going back and forth with what's his nuts.
Hassan Piker?
So he was already kind
I'm not sure that
of dealing with that. Well, the little bit that I saw of that debate, the guy was a pretentious prick. Like usually these rich leftists are, they think they act so like against, like so socialistic, but yeah, you guys are the ones with money. So like even tries to, well, what do you make a year? Well, what's the matter? What do you make a year? Because that's the whole fucking question. That's what you're trying to debate, that these rich people shouldn't be rich because they're rich. What do you make? You sure don't look like you're at the bottom of the fucking barrel with your fancy suit and your fucking high-priced haircut. You fuck. God, I hate hypocrites. Like that's all that shit
so
is. It's
much
hypocrisy.
of that.
The majority of Democrats, you're fucking hypocrites.
I used to joke around like, yep, when I grow up, I want to be a limousine liberal. That's what I want to be. Do as I say, not as I do. I mean, that's just, what those people are just all about. And it's amazing. I think so many of these working class Democrats don't realize how super rich a lot of the Democrat hierarchy is, whether we're talking John Kerry or we're talking, the Pelosi's or Pelosi's, like you like to call them,
Fucking
Tom Steyer, I think is his name. He ran for president briefly there in 2020. He's a super rich guy. I don't know if Michael Bloomberg sees himself as a Democrat now. I mean, it's just on and on and on. We could go down the list, I don't. Go ahead.
Just off topic, just popped in my head. Did Bannon actually go to jail? Did he show up for a sentence?
I'm not sure about that. They were acting like he's going.
all kinds of talk up till the day of, and then I haven't heard a damn thing.
Okay.
Seen anything about it.
I mean, he would definitely be a political prisoner. I have mixed feelings on him. I'm not all with him.
I don't get the story. It's so much murky water in there.
I do think Peter Navarro, who is, I think, still in jail, I think he's a political prisoner. I think he should be released right away. So, President Biden, you want to do something good? Pardon Peter Navarro. That's something good you should do. You probably won't, but.
And then Assange. We were talking about him last time.
Oh yeah.
He's back in Australia.
I'm not sure if he's.
They let him go and he had to pay for his own ticket. Get the fuck out of here. He disappeared. I think he actually released something. Something got released through his, whatever you want to call what his organization would be. Mm-hmm. Some paperwork got released. I want to say, I could be wrong. It could be something from way back when, but it's crazy. World's fucking.
The world is nuts, buddy. The world is nuts. But so who knows if we'll see Charlie Kirk and Cenk in the cage.
It'd be nice to see like a debate set up, kind of like what Ben Shapiro when he shit on Cenk. What was that? Fucking like 10 years ago. Oh god, that was great. I'm not the biggest of Ben Shapiro fans, but that was a great debate. Ben's just sitting there shitting out facts, and then Charles Cenk was like, well, and he'd say whatever his fact was. Well, you can Google it. And half the shit he was talking about was like fucking the Trump and Biden debate. Just lies on one side. And
and the thing that drives me nuts too is when you get into this, capitalism versus socialism, blah, blah, blah. You get the average people to sit down together. I think the people on the right and the left would have a lot of things in common. I think the average person, people would. You know what I mean? It's these people that keep people divided and angry at each other and pointing fingers and stuff like that. Like, I could agree with some lefties that, there's a lot of problems with the capitalism that we have right now. I think we could have a better capitalism. That's what I want. We need to get more people into the middle class, more people than go from the upper middle class. That's what we need. We need a better capitalism. I mean, we need more Americans participating in capitalism. That's what we need, and and business and money isn't really taught very much in the public school system.
No, absolutely
which is,
not.
It's amazing.
That's the most insane shit. Is that you'd be lucky to be able to balance a checkbook. I don't even think they teach that anymore. Like, they don't teach you how money is created. By just there you go, fucking print it.
Scary stuff, man. Digital, it's just, wow, it's scary stuff. I mean, and people gotta understand, like, in America, people go, well, how much do you make? And everybody does that. It's like, okay, so we're gonna probably do a money show at some point too, just people and money in general, because it's something that we all deal with, or most of us do, or struggle with. We're not all Paul Pelosi or Warren Buffett or John Kerry, but we have to think about money. It's not just what you make, that's part of the equation, but it's also what you keep. You hear about music stars or athletes, football players, that make millions, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden they get hurt or they have a flop album and blah blah blah. A few years later, like, oh, they file for bankruptcy. Like, what?
Well, that's a little different than what the average everyday
Well,
guy.
sure.
I mean,
yeah.
What term I hate is gross. What's your gross income? That doesn't fucking matter.
It's your net.
It's my net, because my gross is probably like double what my net is, and which is insane. I don't bring home anywhere near what I actually make. I hate that. That's a fucking stupid number. I hate that number. It's just taxes alone. That's what, 20% on every 100. It's insane.
And another thing I'm getting a little bothered by, we'll do a tax show somewhere down the way here too, is, Trump's talking about cutting taxes, and everybody likes to hear that, but, tell me, Trump or anybody, tell me about reducing the size of government, because that's the only long-term way you ultimately can cut the taxes. It's the spending that's just out of control, and these huge bureaucracies that just won't go away, and anyway, what a mess it is. What a crazy world we have, buddy. I don't know.
I'm all for just a flat tax till we can sort that shit out.
Yeah, I mean, there are great ideas out there. Steve Forbes on the Republican side, even Jerry Brown, who I voted for on the Democrat side, he was talking about a 13% flat tax back in 1992, if you can believe that. That sounds so right-wing, if you think about it.
What's Ron Paul always preach about his
I don't know what
his I can't think of the name of his
I'm not sure
economic
what he would. Yeah,
there's a certain term he uses.
Yeah, but obviously he's for less taxes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Rand Paul is as well.
Why can't these guys be a part of any kind of committee that's going to help us fix that shit?
Yeah, exactly. And again,
that's how it should be. The people who want the least taxes, all right, you guys get to take over and audit the IRS, and let's sort this shit out.
There's even been ideas of a national sales tax where we wouldn't have any income tax, but when you go to buy something, there would be a sales tax on what you would buy. I don't know. There's a lot of good ideas out there, just none of them are implemented, and we have these tax code that I guess is bigger than the Bible, and it's all just insane.
Even like that what you just said, like a national sales tax. It sounds all good and dandy, but if I'm gonna make this porcelain cup, right? So the guy who brings in that porcelain into the country is getting taxed to bring it to the country, and then the company that's actually buying the porcelain, to make the cup, he's getting taxed on that porcelain, just the sales tax, and then the people making it, they're getting taxed. When they sell it, I'm getting taxed. So that's just for one cup, for one product. How many times are we getting taxed on shit?
Yeah, it's insane.
That's like the rabbit hole that I don't think people understand.
Yeah.
We're being
when
I say half my money is being taxed,
right.
I'm bringing home half my money. Yeah, that's true. I'm bringing home half my money. Everything we touch is being taxed multiple fucking times.
Right.
I thought there's supposed to be rules about doing that. Apparently not. They get to play these little word games or number games, what have you, and just keep on fucking taking their cut. It's
insane. It's just insane.
And yet we still don't have a fucking we have an upside down deficit.
We're so deep in debt. Yeah,
it's insane.
It is
fucking fix it, you pricks. And how come people don't get pissed off about this and say, hey, you got 4 years. If you don't fix it, we're coming for you. Pitchforks and all, we're fucking coming for you. You lose your job. You failed. You've been failing for the past 100 fucking years. Let's go.
He's just talking metaphorically.
No. We should all fucking get together, give them pennies in a bucket. Let's fucking go.
Oh gosh. Well, any other comments? We'll wrap things up today for today's program. Again, please get out there and get registered to vote, people, and check your state if you have a felony or not. You might be able to get a lot of laws have been changed. Thank you to producer Katie for letting me know about that and reminding me about that. And thank you all for watching. We do appreciate it. And come with the comments. It can be love, it can be hate, whatever you want to do. We're big boys. We can take it, right?
I laugh. And I like them all, good or bad, whatever. I laugh. I like.
Thumbs up.
Because eventually you're going to see that, who the fuck, and then you're going to come back and click it. It's going to bring you right back that short, and it's another view.
Yes. So please keep them coming. Whether it's love, hate, whatever it is, we're here for you. You're here for us. Bring it on. All right, we love you. Take care. God bless. You say you love me? I gotta go find her.